What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my YouTube and welcome to the one video and the only video that you are going to need to be successful in the online space. This is the video where I'm going to break down absolutely everything that I know and give it to you for completely free. So what we're going to be doing is going through appointment setting, what appointment setting is, how you can make your first bit of money, where to get an appointment setting role and the potential with that, remote closing, so closing a deal, moving into that, all the opportunities that are there, and then moving into content creation, business, and scaling up your personal brand and using all four and all different things of remote closing, appointment setting, and content to then build long-lasting success. Again, give you guys the insight of how I did it. And the whole focus of this video is basically for you guys to replicate my success. So my success of going from working FIFO, working construction, doing those 12-hour days, to then shifting, making a complete shift where I had no experience whatsoever, going into the online space and making money online through digital sales and personal branding, and basically just showing you guys how I did it so that you guys can replicate my success. As simple as that. And trust me, if I can do it and being a FIFO worker, starting out with no experience, then I know that you 100% can do it as well. Also, I'm going to point out all the mistakes that I made on my journey, and I'm going to put them in this video so that you can avoid them, obviously. Right, so before we dive into this and before we dive into how you're going to make money online, the potential and what the earnings really are, we need to solidify and we need to build the foundation, and the foundation is your vision and the reason why you're doing this, and mainly your why. What is the reason why you want to make money online? What is the reason why you want to change? Why do you even want to start this shit anyway? Because it's not easy to try something completely new, to try a completely new skill set, a completely new career, and it's not as easy as what these gurus and these people say it is. And the reason for this is obviously you have to understand why you're doing it. Now, for me, the reason when I first started was my why was I wanted to get out of my job. I wanted to replace my income. I wanted freedom, but I also wanted to give back to my family, and I know that you can relate to that as well. And for me, I just knew that working construction, working FIFO, working a regular ass job was not for me. I did not want to do that. So this was my motivation and my hunger to get out. So I would really sit with yourself and ask yourself, why are you doing this? What is the reason? What is the long-term reason why you want to do this? And when I say long-term, I don't mean just 1 year, 2 years. I mean like 10 to 15 year play. Because the worst thing would be doing this for 2 years, leaving your job, having the freedom to travel and go wherever you want, and then go back to your job. That would be the ultimate fucking killer, and why would you even do that? So having the vision of 2 years, and maybe 1 or 2 years is just stupid. Why even start? You should really be having the vision of going all the way with this for the next 10 years and really locking in with that. So once you've discovered your why and why you're doing this, next is visualizing your success. Visualizing the house that you want, visualizing the car that you want, your wife, your dream body, how much money you want in the bank, how many kids you want, whether you want a fucking Porsche 911, whatever it is. Visualize it, envision it so clearly that you can actually see it. Once you've visualized your success and you've discovered your why you want to do this, the next thing comes in your belief, your self-belief. Now this is the most important thing above anything, is the belief that you can actually do it. Because you could have the right training, you could have the right knowledge, you could have the right skill set, you could have the right people and the right connections, but if you believe that you can't do it, well then you're not going to do it. It's as simple as that. You truly believe that you can do it, and you can truly see your vision, you can truly see your success, and you understand your why, then you being able to do it is a no-brainer, and you're going to do it. And honestly, what I would do right now is pause this video and I would write down all the goals that I want to achieve, and I would put a timeline on them, a timeline of when you are going to achieve them, when you're going to replace your income, when you're going to make your first K, when you're going to make your first bit of money online, when you're going to make your first 10K a month. Put a timeline on it so that you know and you will hold yourself accountable to reach that goal by that time. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. So let's get into the method. This is the good stuff. This is the way you're going to make money. This is the entire thing, right? This is obviously what we're here for. So now that you've locked in your vision, you've got an idea of your mission, it's time to make some moves. And this is the time where we stop talking and we start doing. It's fucking game plan time. Now, obviously everyone is changing different things. Some want time freedom, more money. Some people want to build a fucking empire. Whatever it is for you, I'm going to share with you the exact roadmap on how I was able to get my freedom back and achieve the goals that I wanted. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know it's going to fucking work because it worked for me, okay? All right, so the first thing, what it is is sales. Now, sales is really the only way that you're going to be able to make a lot of fucking money, because you can sell anything at any price. You just need to learn how to sell. When you're on like an hourly wage, you can only work so many hours in a day, limiting your ability to make more money. But before we dive into the source, you need to know that what you are doing and what you are changing is a very powerful path. So we're going to be starting with high ticket sales, also known as high ticket closing, also known as a high ticket appointment setting. Basically, you're just selling high ticket, which is an expensive product or service, and it's online generally. Now, don't forget, this isn't like selling cars on a dealership floor or cold calling for some dodgy insurance company. This is modern remote digital sales, selling expensive digital products, high value digital products. And these are things like mentorships, coaching programs, mastermind groups, personal developed groups and training, stuff worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't have any knowledge in mentorship or coaching programs. You don't. Because the best part is you don't even need to create these products or services. You just need to sell it. And who are these people that are selling it? People like Tony Robbins, Iman Ghazi, Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez. All these people you probably know, well, they sell high ticket offers. See, these guys don't sell a $27 fucking ebook. They sell transformation and actual value. And that shit doesn't come cheap. And they hire you, a remote closer or an appointment setter, because they don't have time to take all the sales calls or deal with all that, because there's so much of it. That's why you come in. Like I said, you're not building the product, you're not running Facebook ads. You're stepping in as the appointment setter and the remote closer. You're going to be the person who has a conversation with a potential client, then book them on for a call either with you or with another closer, and then close the deal. Now, you're only really closing the deal if you can see that this is going to help the prospect. So the prospect's here, or the customer, and the product's here. You are just simply connecting the deal. It's not pushy, it's not sleazy, it's not about tricking the prospect into buying. You're simply just fucking helping them. Let me give you an example, right? So let's say I'm a business owner and my business is making $10,000 a month. I want to make $50,000 a month, but I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how. I'm not experienced. But then there's a business coach and a mentor who teaches, how to, scale businesses. And he says, okay, I can help you scale your business to $50,000 a month, but it's going to cost you $10,000. I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of hectic. But in saying that, that's a really good investment for me to go from $10,000 a month to $50,000 a month, and it's only going to cost me $10,000. So therefore, that's a high ticket offer, and a high ticket transaction is going to happen. And so I'm not getting tricked or really sold. I'm simply just buying the solution because I want to scale my business to $50,000 a month. And see, this is why it's better to have expensive offers, because it's more valuable. It's not that cheap $27, $30 ebook bullshit. And the type of customer you're going to be dealing with that is, you don't even want to know. Okay, so first let's take a step back a little bit. So you know how I was talking about remote closing, taking the phone call and closing the deal? Well, in that deal, there's someone called an appointment setter. Now it's basically the person who sets up that call, okay? So as the appointment setter, it's very simple. Anyone can be an appointment setter, but businesses need appointment setters. They are the front line when the prospect comes to the business for their help. And really all you're doing is talking to the clients, talking to the customers, seeing what their problems are, and then booking them in for a call with the actual closer. And this is really to prevent the closers dealing with, unqualified leads, people that don't know what the fuck's going on, and it just kind of, filters out the shit. Now this can either be done through DM setting, whether that be social media or messages, sometimes either over the call, and that's generally called an SDR caller, which is just basically an appointment setter over the phone. And these calls will go for about 5 to 10, 15 minutes max. You're not selling anything as yourself, you're just simply setting up the deal between the customer and the closer. Now what sort of businesses and offers do people need appointment setters? Well, firstly, you've got coaching and consulting businesses. These are huge. Like I was saying before, life coaches, fitness coaches, business coaches, their time is valuable. And they don't want to be wasting their time chasing up leads, so that's where you come in. Also, agencies and specialists, they all need clients and someone to pre-qualify them. And basically, every sort of business will use some sort of an appointment setter. Now, being an appointment setter was actually how I made my first bit of money ever. I went from working FIFO and also doing construction, doing 10, 12-hour days, 14 days straight, and then learning a skill set of appointment setting and being able to make money from sending messages. And after 3 months, I managed to fully replace my income. I was able to match my income, quit my job, and I started traveling full time while still making money. I was actually making more money than what I was doing out in FIFO. But for me, with this, I did have some sort of training. I had some sort of training to teach me, sales, teach me appointment settings, to teach me content, to teach me all of this. I'm not gonna lie, I did not do this by myself. And I wouldn't recommend you do this by yourself. So if you are interested in getting a coach and actually learning this and fast tracking your results, best way for me to connect you to the best one is to DM me on Instagram and DM me the word coach, and I'll send you all the information for completely free, and we can hopefully get you started. Now, the skills that you're gonna need, all right? So the first one is, I would say, verbal communication. So being able to talk, being able to understand people and being able to, have a conversation. Active listening. So you need to understand the prospect's needs, understand where they're at, what they're going through, and how you can maybe help them. You also need to have an understanding of a sales framework. So like I said, I learned this from my coach, I learned this from a mentor. Now, is there a demand for remote work? Is there a demand for remote jobs, appointment setters, remote closers. Even if you Google, the stats show that 92 million jobs will go fully remote by 2030. 92 fucking million. Now, the only thing and the only gap and the only thing that's stopping you is really a skill set. It's a skill set issue. The jobs are there and they're going to be available in 2030. There's going to be 90 million of them. You just need the skill set to actually go and get them. All right, so let's get into the money side of appointment setting, how much money you can actually make. Most of the deals are going to be around $4,000 to $25,000. As an appointment setter, you can typically earn between 5% and 7% commissions. Let's say on a deal of $10,000, that's going to be around $500 commission straight to you. And base salary is sometimes going to be between $40,000 to $70,000 a year. So that's base salary, so that's what you're going to be getting paid. Plus then you have commissions which can take you up to 100K, or it's uncapped basically. The harder you work, the more money you make basically. And the main thing with appointment setting, what's super important to know is that there's growth. So you go from being an appointment setter, making 5 to 7%, so then moving up to being a remote closer where you can get bigger salary, let's say 100K salary, plus then uncapped comms, and you'll be getting commissions of 10 to 15%. So there's that growth. So you imagine a $10,000 deal, like we were saying before, that's on the commissions, it's between $1,000 to $1,500 per close. Now, where to actually find one of these roles? This can be very difficult, but don't stress. So these are the sites that you want to go to. You got Indeed.com, Glassdoorjobs.com, youre.com, and Seek.com. Now, Seek is mainly for Australia, but all these other ones are worldwide. So if you're in the US, I would do Indeed, and if you're in Australia, use Seek, or you can just use all of them because they're all remote, so it doesn't really matter. Now, with these, you just want to search remote appointment setter. Put it in remote so that you're not going to the office all day. And the ones that you want to look for are the ones that have warm leads. That means the leads are coming to you, so that you're not calling random people. And this also shows that the company is putting work and effort into their marketing and bringing in their own leads that are actually interested in the product or service. Then you want base pay. So like I was saying before, 40 to 70K per year base pay plus then commissions. So this way, if you don't make any money, you still make money, you know what I mean? Career growth path, like I was saying before, that growth to move up to being a closer. Roles that promote, also you want a proven company, a company that's been around for a while, doesn't look shady, looks established with teams and testimonials, and actually is legit. And the advice that I would give to someone that's looking to start appointment setting is firstly, learn the skills, practice it every day. Now, I would invest in myself to get some sort of training so that you can, hit the ground running when you do go into the offers. And plus also with the training, they're going to have some sort of connections for roles. They always do. Next, would build a basic profile, resume, even use social media, clean all that up because they will do a background check, and then just start applying. And you want to be applying to as many as possible. Now, also the other bit of advice that I have is your first role is not going to be your forever role. Use each role as like a stepping stone to get a better and better role. Use your experience to get your foot in the door. Then once you get that experience, you become skilled, then you can move up to other roles that are better, pay more, better teams, stuff like that. All right, so that was appointment setting, answering the DMs, booking in the calls. Now let's get into remote closing, which is actually taking those calls. What does a remote closer actually do? First, they're taking calls on a Zoom call, so like a face-to-face one. Someone that with a client that is already interested in the product or service. So they already have an idea of what it is, how it can help, and they're already ready and interested to get started. Have a chat, they ask the right questions, figure out if they actually need that product or service, they explain how the program or service works, how it can help them, if it's actually a good fit, and then they help them decide and move forward with it. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. There's no cold calling, there's no door knocking, you're not pushing vacuums into local shopping centers. These are qualified leads, they're keen, they're ready to go. People have booked in calls themselves and are wanting to start. Now, let me tell you why remote closing is exploding right now, especially in Australia. Let's be real. Ever since COVID, like I was saying before, the world's shifted. Businesses have gone online, everything's gone online. Coaching, digital education, fucking booming, right? You're probably seeing all these ads and gurus saying, get on a call with my team. But who's getting on the call with that person? So let's talk money. How much can you actually make? What's actually the potential with this, and what are we looking at? So most closers will get paid a commission, plus then they also have their salary. Typical closing, you can be making between 10 to 15%, like I was saying before, but it depends on the offer. And you're gonna be selling things around $3,000 to $20,000 plus. So let's say, realistically on a $5,000 product or service, you're gonna be getting 15%. That's $750 that you can make from one single deal. Close a few of them a week or even 2 a day, you're making some pretty decent money. Top earning potential is around $10,000 to $30,000 a month, but I've seen more than that. And they work in generally part-time, normal hours. All right, so with remote closing, what sort of skills do you need? And the good news is you don't need any experience whatsoever at all. I had no experience, and so many other people had no experience with starting. But what you're gonna need is to learn a basic skill of sales psychology and learn how to run actual proper sales calls. You're gonna need to have sales skills, active listener, asking the right questions, understanding buyer's psychology, handling objections, that's obviously a main one. Also having confidence when you speak on sales calls. Also knowing the sales framework, which is going to eventually, help you close that deal. Now, it's different between a script and a framework. You've probably seen like Wolf of Wall Street, where they all just read from the same script. So your script is not the best. What happens when the customer asks something that's off script? Freak out. Framework is just having frame in the actual call and knowing what to go off and what to do. Next is to start applying. So like I was saying before, Seek, Indeed.com, Draw.com, Glassdoor.com, all these websites have remote sales jobs. Now what you want to look for is a good salary and also uncapped comms, plus also work from home, so we can make money from anywhere, and also growth in the industry. But the main thing is what makes a good closer, what stands out from the crowd. Number one, being hungry. They always want to win. They always want to be better. They're always chasing for more. Coachable. Obviously, being able to learn. No one wants someone that's arrogant. No one wants to try to teach someone that's arrogant and thinks that they know it all when they don't. Emotionally aware. They're able to read people, are able to understand what people feel, how they feel, what they're actually talking about. And being consistent. Now, consistency is the one success trait that every successful person has. So showing up daily, doing the same things over again. Now, let's dive into the sales framework and what sort of questions and what sort of skill sets that you need to have, and sort of the understanding of what needs to happen when you are in sales. So really, sales is just asking good questions. Sales is just understanding the prospect, understanding where they're at, what they need, and then tailoring a plan and tailoring the solution to them. The first thing you have to understand is that sales isn't convincing. Sales is literally a good conversation. You're not trying to push them on anything. You're asking stuff to figure out what the person wants, what's been holding them back, and now how you can help them fix it. Now, here are some questions that flow. It's all about the flow of the call and the connection between you and the prospect. So here's a structure that I use, and it works like a charm. You want to start by figuring out what they want. So ask, what do you want to be in the next 6 months? What does the next 6 months look like for you? What do you want your life to look like? What outcome are you chasing? Whether that be, being fitter, being wealthier, having a bigger house. Next, you want to ask about things that they've tried. Have they done anything to fix this before? How did that go? What worked? What didn't? Why didn't they try to change it? What was holding them back? You want to build up a timeline from the moment that they realized that they wanted to change it to where they're at now. How long has that been? Has it been 6 months? Has it been 3 months? Has it been 2 days? Has it been a year, 2 years? Because if it's been 2 years and they're saying, I've hated my job for 2 years. Well, you must not have hated it so much. You've been with it 2 years. It's like being, when you're fat. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting to get fit for 2 years. I just haven't done anything. Well, it's obviously not important to you. Wait fucking 2 years. So how soon do they need to fix it? Building that urgency to make a change. And what happens if nothing changes? Do you want to be fat for the rest of your life? What happens when you're fat? What does life look like in 2 years' time that you've just wait another 2 years? Not even another 6 months of being fat. What does life look like? Oh man, it's not very good. I'm fat. I can't, spend time with my kids. I can't, get in the car. I'm overweight. My eating, my health, things like that. And you always want to have that curious tone. So when you're in your sales, you want to be curious. You don't want to be fucking forcing them. And you're digging into these main 3 things. 1, past. What's gone wrong? 2, the present. What's not working now? And 3, the future. What do they want in the future and why? And how badly do they want it? This is really where people start to open up to you. They start to give you their life story. They give you their problems. And this is where then you can create a solution for their problems. This is where we're helping people. Now you really want to also focus on the emotional stuff. This bit is key. You need them to get their emotion out to help them with their decision. Logic doesn't really close deals. Emotion does. You got to get the prospect to feel their situation, to understand the situation, to understand the gravity of what is actually going on in their life, why they've been fat for this long, why their business has been failing, why they've been poor, why they've been stuck at, asking questions like, how does that make you feel right now that you haven't been able to change? How does that make you feel right now that you're fat, that you're broke? What's it like waking up every single morning knowing that is hanging over your head? Knowing that the fact that you're not making enough money to feed your kids is hanging over your head and, haunting you. And finally, what would it feel like for you to finally sort all that out and get rid of that head noise? The stronger the emotion, the stronger the urgency. It's like the analogy that my mentor always uses. Who runs faster? Is it someone running to an ice cream truck to get an ice cream, or someone running from a burning building? The burning building, because the motherfucker's on fire and you're trying to get the fuck out. So when you're in the fire, when you're in the house, you understand the gravity of the situation. If I don't get out of this situation right now, if I don't get out of this house, I'm going to catch fire. That's going to suck. Same thing as you need to get the prospect to understand that the situation that they're in is like a burning building. The situation that they've let their business or they've let their weight or their relationship or whatever it is that they want trying to fix, they've let that go so bad that it's literally on fire, and they need to realize that. And that's where they build that urgency to then make a decision to then fix that. And that's where you come in with the solution. And the thing to understand is like what you're really looking for in these calls. You're looking for motive. What do they want? Their why do they want it? And the problem, what is stopping them? But most importantly, the pain. How much pain does it bring them to be in that situation? What's it costing them emotionally? And here is an example for you. The motive is, I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, cool. Why? Why do you want to make that? So I can support my missus and my kid and, live a better life. Right now I'm making $3K a month, so I want to make $10K a month. All right, so what's the problem with that? Well, they have no idea how to start whatsoever. And the pain is that the family is struggling and they feel absolutely useless because they don't know how to start and they're only making 3K a month, and that's not supporting. So they need to make 10K a month. So that's where the pain is. And then when you talk about the offer and you talk about the solution to them, you don't just rattle off all the things that are going to help them. You tailor it to each of their problems. So for example, you'd say something like this: mate, what we do is give you the exact roadmap so you're not guessing anymore. That way in 6 months, you can be pulling 10K a month, supporting your family, and finally being able to breathe a bit and live your life. See, a lot of new people and inexperienced people, they jump in, they go, all right, here's the offer, bro. It's fucking this amount of money, and it's going to do this. Yeah, cool. All right. You never want to do that. You never pitch until the prospect's basically telling you that they want to buy. And how? Simply say things like this: based on everything that you've told me, would it be all right if I shared what we do and how it can help you? That seems a lot more inviting to, are you ready to buy now? Or here's the price, or here's what we can do. Now, when you pitch though, you don't want to be just rattling off all the deliverables and all the things that you offer, because that just sounds salesy. And you're going to lose the prospect and they're just going to be off with the fairies looking at whatever's going on over there. Now, what you don't say is you get 8 modules, 6 coaching calls, a PDF download, and access to the Facebook group, bro. And just like that, you've lost the prospect. Say something more along the lines of this: if there was a way to have someone personally help you with your ads each week to grow your business to $10,000, $20,000 a month, would that make you feel more comfortable moving forward? Then what you want to do is after that question, because they're going to say yes, you want to double down with that. Why? Why do you reckon that would help? Then they're telling you why they need your product or service. So then it's not sales anymore. They are telling themselves that, oh, I need this to grow my business. And they end up selling themselves rather than you selling them. And this is how you pitch without any pressure whatsoever. Most people get sweaty palms. I know when I first started, man, I was a sweat fest. Now, when you go to pitch, you want to recap on absolutely everything. So when you want to recap on what you offer, how it can help them, and tailor absolutely everything. So for example, they were lost. They were lost with guidance with starting and building their business. So the coaching program, having that one-on-one mentor, is going to help them with that and tailor each of their problems with a solution from your program. Then when it comes time to talk about money, say this. So that comes to a total investment of $7,000, and then say nothing, because the first person that talks loses. Now for you on this end, when you say that number, and you say that investment, and you say your pitch, it's kind of awkward for you because you're not really thinking anything. But in the prospect's shoes, in the prospect's thoughts, they're thinking about, okay, is this worth it? The money, where am I going to even get that money? Do I even have that money? And their mind is super busy. So it's only awkward in your end. So just stay still. Don't say a word. So let it land on them. Let them think. Don't start rambling on. Don't offer discounts or don't backpedal on yourself. They simply just need a moment to process it. If you start talking, you'll lose control of your frame. Don't say things like it's $6,000, but we can do a better price. There's a payment plan and all this kind of stuff. Never say that. Simply, it's $7,000. So that was pretty much a crash course in sales and being able to close a deal, and basically an understanding of what a remote closer does. Now, like I was saying before, your best bet for actually getting started with this is going to be getting yourself a coach, getting yourself someone that's experienced, getting yourself someone that's trained. That's what I did. That's what a lot of the other people that I was showing you before done. So it's what I would do. Now, if you are interested in getting started, and fast tracking your results and getting the right coach, I can connect you with my coaches. All you have to do is just send me a message on my Instagram and DM me the word coach. I'll send you through all the information and hopefully get you started. So now that we've gone over the appointment setting and everything that you need to do about that, and we went over the remote closing and also the sales, let's go into how to make money online where you don't have to talk to any prospects. And what it is by selling digital products. So like I was saying before, you have the remote closers and the appointment setters. They obviously sell a digital product. This is where you come in, where you can either create a digital product or you can work alongside selling someone else's digital product, and you have remote closers and appointment setters working for you. Now, the reason why I say digital products and why digital products are so much better than physical products, you do the work once. So you build the product, or you sell the product once. And once you have it there, it's digital, so you can print it and recreate it. No overheads, there's no stockage, there's no shipping, there's no warehouse. Just you, your laptop, Wi-Fi, and profit margin. That's it. You can sell from anywhere, at your house, traveling the world. And also, you don't need to be a super genius to do this. I've done this I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars by selling digital products, and I have a background of construction and FIFO work. And it's only getting bigger. By 2032, the e-learning space, so online e-learning, will go to $1 trillion. $1 fucking trillion. That's a lot of money. You mean like 1% of that shit. And people I know very well are making between $3,000 a month to $70,000, $80,000 to $100,000 a month and more. And most of them started just like you. Absolutely no fucking idea. Now let's get into why now. Now, honestly, yesterday was the perfect time to start, but the best time to start is right now. More people are looking for online work, online help. They don't want to go to uni. They don't want to hire someone. They just want to download the answers and start. Any sort of solution that can be sold online, you can make money from it. Whether you create it or whether you simply affiliate with someone else's, it doesn't really matter. Now let's talk about the low ticket digital product. So this is generally where people create it themselves. And I also have made between $1,000 to $2,000 a day just selling a low ticket digital product. But if you're looking to get started with this, here's some of the do's and don'ts and also the pros and cons of this. So firstly, let's get into it. So what are low ticket digital products? So low ticket digital products are generally products between $5 to $100. Now this is obviously completely different to what we were talking about before. So firstly with this, you're not going to need a remote closer. You're not going to need an appointment setter. These are the ones where the customer just clicks and they buy. These are things like ebooks and guides, mini courses, trainings, templates, digital tools, workshops, editing softwares, webinars, membership trials, memberships, mini communities. And this is also sometimes used to warm up the prospect or the customer for the more expensive digital product. So they might buy, a $50 to $100 digital product, small one, that's going to get them an understanding of the product and service. Then they're going to need more help. So that's when they look at investing into the more expensive digital product where they do need appointment setters and remote closers to close that deal. So basically you have a couple options here, but main one is if you want to create a digital product or you have a knowledge in something, let's say cooking, fitness, whatever it is, construction, anything, you can build a digital product off that and people can buy it off. Or you can go ahead and sell other people's digital products, which is something called a PLR or an MRR, which is basically you can buy it once and sell it in an infinite amount of time. So let's say this was a digital product, it's obviously not. But let's say you could buy this for $10, then you could resell it for 15 or add a few tweaks to it and resell it for 15. So simple things like if you are into cooking, you could build a cookbook, you could build a Christmas cookbook, an Easter cookbook, and sell that as a digital product and also use social media to market it. You don't even need to show your face. Meal plans, recipe books, fitness trackers. If you may be good with mindset, you could do, mindset development, relationship development, mini courses on how to stay motivated, productivity, help you with their productivity. So these different little courses, these different little templates that you can sell for, $5 to $100. Now the trick is you want something that's trending. So I would look at Google and search what are some trending niches on Instagram. And then you've got a few here to choose from that you can also make a digital product around, or you can sell a digital product around that. Now that we know that it's trending, it's got a higher chance of having sales. So pick something that's simple, check if people want it, plan it out, create it using Canva, Google Docs, Notion, Loom, and simply sell it. But how do you actually sell it? Okay, first, before you sell anything, you need to market it. You need to get eyes to your store. You need to get customers. So things like, social media, Instagram, posting around your digital product. Let's say you're selling a cookbook. You would post videos about cooking tutorials and cooking recipes, and then you would funnel those viewers to your Stan Store, to the link in your bio, and they would make the sale. You can use websites like Gumroad, Stan Store, Etsy.com. This is also really good for buying products and services. Thinkific or Teachables.com. This is really good as well. And you want to build your social media page around that digital product. You want to give out free tips. You want to give out stories, stuff, recipes, whatever it is, and then funnel those leads to your store. The thing is here, people get excited. They see a product that's $5 and they think, oh yeah, I can flip this for $60. But is it really worth $60? And if you're selling a product for $60 and someone is also selling the exact same product for $5, who are they going to buy from? And the best thing is to start with one product and stack them. So stack and learn from your mistakes. If something didn't work with a product, don't do that really again. And for me, I've seen people make between $100 to $700 a day selling these low ticket digital products. For me personally, I had a digital product that was around 750 Australian dollars. I was making around $1,000 to $2,000 a day just with that. So really good and really possible to make a good income selling these low ticket digital products. Now the cons with this though is obviously cheap products bring in cheap customers. Customer that you're dealing with that deals with these cheap products are not people that you really want to deal with, because compared to the high ticket digital products that we were talking about before, the customer that is spending a large amount of money on something like that is a lot better and a lot more mature customer, I guess, to compare to someone that's spending something on $50. Buys that $50 product, they're like, oh man, is this really gonna fucking help me? Is this the best, or what if it doesn't work out? Asking way too many questions. The person that's spending a large amount of money, they're just like, yep, money's been spent. All right, so that was lower ticket digital products. But now we're gonna focus on high ticket digital products. So these are things that are going from $1,000 to $20,000 plus. This could be things like coaching programs, courses, done for you services, consulting, premium digital products with support included. Basically, you're not selling any ebooks or guides or any of that bullshit. Put in an example, instead of selling sausage rolls at a servo, it's like selling steak at a high-end steak restaurant. Still food, just better value, higher price, and bigger reward. But why do people sell high ticket offers? Why high ticket products? Why not a bunch of low ticket digital products? Here's why. Let's say you want to make $10,000 a month. If you're selling a $50 product, it's going to take you 200 sales just to make 10K a month. But if you're selling something that's 2,500, you only need to sell 4 in that entire month to then hit your goal. So it's way less of a fuck around, and imagine trying to deal with 200 people compared to 4. I'd much rather deal with 4. Another example is you attract a more serious buyer. So people that are buying these $50 ebooks, these $50 courses, they're not very serious. They just want a quick buck and that's it. But the people that are more willing to invest into these high ticket digital products, they're a more serious buyer. So the people who pay more, they pay more attention. They show up and they also follow through. There's less mucking around and fewer time wasting. You can also actually deliver real results. If you're charging more, you got more time to give more value, more time to put more effort into the client or the customer, better service, better support, and overall a better outcome for them. Now, how to actually start selling these digital products. So step 1 is you want to pick a clear outcome of what you want to help people with. You need a specific transformation. Trying to help people lose 10 kilos in the next 90 days, or helping beginners make their first 5K a month online. Now you want to package it properly. If you're building your own digital product, you're going to need to do all the fulfillment and all the packaging. So you want to program a course or even a one-on-one service, whatever suits your skills and the client. It doesn't need to be fancy, even like 1 to 2 Zoom calls per week. Look at fitness trainers and online coaches and also nutrition planners. They can charge between $3,000 to $10,000. So, and they're always checking in with their clients, making sure they're on track and always helping them get to their outcome. Also, if you have solved a problem yourself, you can then build a digital product around solving that problem and sell the solution. It's as simple as that. Now you want to sell with conversation, not spam. So most high ticket stuff doesn't sell with ads. It doesn't sell with, getting in your face in marketing or any fancy funnels like that. It simply sells with a DM or a sale. You can chat to an actual real person, ask the right questions and see if they offer the solution to you through, the Instagram DMs and then get onto a call with them, face to face on Zoom. It's human, it's not salesy, and it's not just a quick buy or anything like that. It's a lot more serious and it's a lot better than those low ticket digital products. Now, another massive crucial thing is you need a way to market your digital products. So you need to build some sort of online presence. For me, I have my personal brand and, you see other people like Iman Ghazi, Grant Cardone, Andy Elliott, they all have massive personal brands and they also have high ticket digital products that they sell, along with closers, along with appointment setters. So having a social media presence is super important. Now, the actual cons with high ticket digital products, there isn't really a whole lot because the pros outweigh the cons, but I'll rattle off a few just so you have an idea. First one I would say is it's hard to sell without trust. People buy from people that they like and people buy from people that they trust also. So building that trust with that prospect can also sometimes be hard to build. Also, it can be hard to build trust and work with one customer if you've got heaps of customers. So smaller customers, you can nurture them, you can talk to them, you can build a connection with them. But as soon as you get a lot of people, it can get a bit overwhelming at times. You need to get comfortable with calls. So everything's done basically over the phone and digitally. So getting comfortable on the phone, talking to people is what you're going to need to do. You also need to actually deliver the results. So people are paying you quite a high price. So your service and your solution needs to actually deliver the results that they want and get said outcome. But also on saying that, this is why it is the best time to start selling digital products right now. The average person would rather pay for a shortcut for their solution to their problem rather than just struggling with it alone. And it's also the best time to get this started because everyone's realizing that working a job and the traditional way of making money is kind of becoming outdated. With your phone, with your laptop and everything, the opportunity that we have, Wi-Fi, there's no better time to make money remotely than right now. And that basically wraps it up for things with digital products and high ticket digital products. If you do have any questions whatsoever, then feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or leave a comment. If you're going to reach out to me on Instagram, make sure you send me the word coach and I'll give you all the information as well with that. We also have a chat about any topic or question that you might have. All right, so next is building a personal brand. Now, the people that didn't really want to do remote closing, go over the phone, they didn't want to do appointment setting, this here is perfect for you. Now, you're probably thinking, I don't want to build a personal brand. That shit's scary. I'm scared of posting. Bro, stop being a pussy. This is the best way to reach financial freedom, to reach your goals, to change your life. And why and how do I know this? Because I've done it before. And this is the best way to take your income from 5 to 10K a month to 50 to 100 to 150 to beyond infinite with the leverage of a personal brand. You might think to yourself, well, no, I'm boring. There's no story behind me. But people want to hear from you. People want to learn from you. People want to hear your stories that you have. The stories of what you had to learn, the struggles that you went through. People want to learn that. So why a personal brand though? Why? Money flows where attention goes. And more doors open up, whether it's sales, opportunities, partnerships. A lot more doors open up when you start putting yourself out there. In today's world, power belongs to the people who know how to own it. Think of your personal brand as the name in the lights. People trust faces, people trust stories, and people, they feel like they know you. There's been so many times when I've been walking along the street and people have come up to me, already known me and have a connection to me and going, oh, hey bro, what's up, man? I've seen you around. I've seen you on Instagram, on TikTok. And they have a connection. They have built a connection with me over time, but I've never met them before. And my experience with it, I went from, earning a little bit of money online to then starting a personal brand, starting posting. Then I blew my income from 2 to 3 to 4K a month to then 10K, 15K, 20K, all the way up to my biggest month of 75K in one single month, or my biggest week of 26K in 1 week. On the personal brand side, I grew my Instagram account to over 40,000 followers and my TikTok account to over 20,000. And the hardest part is obviously just starting. You're probably overthinking it. Maybe you'll model making new Instagram accounts because your mates will judge you. And I did that. I did that as well. I felt that as well. I didn't want anyone seeing my stuff. The truth is, that's just the fear talking. That is truly just the fear of what people are going to think talking. And the reality is they're going to see it anyway. If you're putting yourself out online, they're going to see it anyway. And here's something funny. If you're selling something using your personal brand, your first sales are going to be the people that you know, because they've known you for years and they've built that connection and they can like and they can trust you. So here's a bit of advice. Don't hide. Don't overthink it. The only people that are going to give you a hard time about starting something like this are the people that will wish that they were in your position. Never get hate from people that are doing better than you. Remember that. When I started this, people that I was working with construction, with FIFA, were all laughing at me, saying I was stupid, saying that this would never work. You know, a couple months down the track, now I'm making their yearly income in a fucking month. Who's laughing now? Who the fuck is laughing now? And I don't hate them, but I understood where they were coming from. And it's also a mindset thing. How can someone make so much money online when they've just had a construction background or a FIFO background? It doesn't really make sense to the average person. But simply, all I learned was skills. And that was a transformation that I made. And the truth is, people throw shade at stuff that they don't understand. They're quick to label things as a scam. They're quick to label things as, this isn't real, this is made up, it's too good to be true. But they simply do not understand it. They don't have an understanding. They don't have clarity around it at all. But fuck all that. Let's get into it. So how to build a brand. So first is you need to know who you are. Know who you are as a person, know what you like, and just know yourself. You don't want to be posting online and not being who you are, because that would be stupid, because it's a personal brand. Before posting anything, you've got to figure it yourself out. What do you believe in? What do you care about? What makes you tick? Write it down, get it clear in your head, get an understanding of it. What are your values, your vibe, your mission? Are they about growth, faith, fitness, finance, freedom, health? What is it? Your personal brand should reflect you, because the more real you are with this, the more people will trust you. Authenticity is absolutely everything. And this was a mistake that I also made. I'll talk a bit about that later. You want to build a relationship with your audience. You don't just want to have followers, you want to have fans. Now that you know who you are, it's time to connect with people. And here's the best way. So one, storytelling. Share stories of real life. Share your experiences, your wins, your fails, your fuck ups, your lessons. People love honesty and people remember stories. Number two, documentation. Now this is the best one by far. Documenting absolutely everything. Showing your journey from where you are right now to where you want to be. And if you have that whole thing documented, you can have that as proof that you started from, said, working construction, working FIFO, to then driving a fucking Lamborghini. I don't know, whatever it is. You can document the whole journey. Also, you're taking the viewers along for the journey. So record your day, film what you're learning, and give people behind the scenes look. Number three, education is key. Teach people everything that you know, like I'm doing for you right now. The trick is the person that gives out the most free value for completely free wins. It could be sales, it could be mindset, it could be fitness, whatever your thing is. If it helps people, they'll listen and you will find the right audience. You know, some people will enjoy it, some people will keep scrolling. So let's talk about the best place to build a personal brand. Number one would have to be Instagram. Still king, you've got your feed, reels, and most importantly, your stories. Stories are like your own daily reality show. Post 3 to 10 stories per day. People feel like they know you. They can see behind these scenes. They can see who you are. You can talk to them face to face practically. And here's sort of a rough content plan. So 2 to 3 reels per day, 5 to 10 stories, and you want to be consistently posting that. And when people keep seeing you every day and they keep seeing your posts, they'll feel like they know you. They go, oh yeah, I know that guy. I've seen him around. It's the same sort of feeling as when you see someone down the street consistently. Number two, one of the best platforms is easily YouTube. Building an audience on YouTube, building a fan base on YouTube will last you a lifetime. YouTube is where the trust is built. See, in this YouTube video right now, you can trust me because I'm giving you a full in-depth guide on how to start making money online. So you can trust me better than if you saw it when you were scrolling on TikTok. So if someone watches your videos for hours, they're going to trust you even more. Now, like I said, it's not like a daily thing that they see on IG. It's an actual long video. You know, you're sitting down right now watching this long video of me. Now, the next one is TikTok. Now, TikTok is the easiest way to get reach and to get viral and to get your face out there. This is how I started building my personal brand. And all I did was pick up my phone and just started fucking yapping about how I felt, yapping about my feelings of today's society, what was going on in my life, documenting. That was how I started. And you can go viral super quick at this. I got crazy viral on TikTok, but it's also not where people build long-term loyalty. And that's where Instagram and YouTube come in. TikTok is just a net to bring your audience in, use it to catch their attention, and then direct the people to Instagram and YouTube. Now, the downside of personal branding. Sometimes it's sunshine and rainbows, sometimes it's not. But if I'm going to tell you how to start it, might as well tell you the pros and the cons. The downside of this, right? You're going to cop a lot of hate. Let's be honest here. People still think it's weird. It's still uncomfortable. It's still out of the norm. None of my mates have a personal brand other than the people that I have a personal brand with in the high ticket sales space. So you're going to cop hate. People will talk, especially early on. The first video I made, a lot of people gave me a call and they said, mate, what are you doing? What's going on, mate? A lot of my ex-co-workers that I used to work with gave me a bit of hate because I was leaving my job. But eventually, It all fades. And the money, the freedom that you get from this, the purpose that you gain and the hunger that you gain, the amount of drive that you'll get from this and what you'll have with your vision and your why will be far stronger than what is behind you from all those people talking. And that's, for me, I wasn't really scared about what people thought because I knew that this would give me the life that I wanted. And it's like, am I really going to let someone that isn't living my dream life or doesn't have any sort of knowledge in what I'm doing stop me from living my dream life? And next thing is you have to stay consistent. Consistency is everything. You're going to build a real brand. You need to be consistent. You've got to show up every single day. And I guarantee you, if you build a brand, if you be consistent for like 5 years, right? Your brand will last you for the rest of your life. So even when you feel tired, even when you can't be fucked, it's a grind. But at the end of it, it is worth it. Trust me. This ain't an overnight thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen over a couple of weeks. It can take months, take years. It's not like you post one reel and you'll get super rich. It's not like that. It's a slow burn. But just like going to the gym, you stay out there long enough, you're going to see results. Next is privacy takes a hit. So when you put yourself out there, you're not invisible anymore. People notice you. People come up to you. People know your face. Strangers might even DM you. That's the guy from Instagram. If you value complete privacy, you'll feel it. But for many, that's a small price to pay. And sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't mind it. Being out and people go, oh man, I've been following you for quite some time. I've been watching your journey. It's so good to see you, change your life. Cheers, bro. It's good to, and you're meeting people, and that shows that people are connecting with you. The only thing that when privacy takes a really bad hit is when you're out there like giving proper hate to people, then it takes a hit. Now, when it comes to creating content, this is where it gets tough. So start off script. When you're making a video, you need to have a script. I would say give it yourself some sort of framework, give yourself some sort of ideation of what you're going to be talking about. You don't really just want to be raw yapping because you're going to be making mistakes. You want to have a clear understanding of what you're going to be talking about and how the flow of the video is going to go. Maybe even do some rehearsals beforehand. All right, so let's talk about making content that bangs. I'm talking about content that gets views, builds trust, and brings in leads without you having to chase anyone. Now, number one, I like to use this thing called SEO, which is making your content easy to find. So first up, SEO stands for search engine optimization. Sounds a bit techie, but it's dead simple. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, they all have a great search engine. That's what people look up to, search different things. Like you right now, you probably searched how to make money online and my video came up. That means if you can line your videos up with the search engine and what people are mainly searching, then your video is going to do quite well. I personally use an AI tool called vidIQ. It helps me find the right keywords. You can chuck in a topic like affiliate marketing or remote closing or appointment setting, and it spits out keywords with scores. You can also do this manually by just heading over to YouTube, find creators you like or what you want to model off and create your videos to look like. And simply modeling off success gives you a better chance of becoming successful with that video. I've even had times where I've modeled off a video and my video has done better. Now, content that you want to be posting is training and tutorial videos. So simply find a problem that people face, whether it be making money online, whether it be cooking, whether it be health, fitness, relationships, whatever it is, and give them training and tutorials of the solution. If I was doing one about, growing on YouTube, I'd search things like why can't I grow on YouTube or how to get more views, see what pops up, and then I'd make a video directly answering that. If you're really into health and fitness and you help people get fit, I would search up, why am I still overweight? And then make videos solving those problems. These type of videos build trust. It shows that you actually know what the fuck you're talking about and you can lead by example and, show that with facts of what you're actually talking about. They also follow you because they're like, oh, this person gives good tips, they give good advice, I'm gonna follow them for more. And the biggest thing is you wanna create your own twist to it. So you wanna have your own twist with content, your own style, but this also will just come naturally when you're filming and when you're editing and you get editors, your own style will just come. And here, you're not reinventing the wheel, right? That's what people get mixed up with, creating content, they need to reinvent this all new different videos. You're not. You simply just simply model off success. Now, obviously, don't be a muppet and copy word for word. My piece of advice would be take advice from 2 videos and then combine them into one. Now, the next one is documentation, sharing your life, showing people what you do and how your life goes. It's going to be one of the best things that you do. This one is dead simple. Instead of sitting down and creating content, just film what you're already doing. Low pressure, chill. And people love it because they feel like they're in your house. If it's like a vlog or documentation of what you're doing, whether you're trying to make money online and you're documenting your journey, people feel like that they're with you learning as well. And that's the beauty of it, and that's why it does so well. And if your content doesn't do well, that's where you just get hungrier and hungrier and you want more and more and more. And I guarantee you, if you stay consistent, you will become successful with this. I'm gonna say that this shit's gonna be easy and it's gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be fucking difficult. If it was easy, every motherfucker would do it. But that's why the reward is so big. Because not a lot of people are willing to go all the way. And if you're chasing some get-rich-quick fancy bullshit, you're in the wrong place. But if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and learn how to stay consistent, keep showing up when no one's fucking clapping for you, then this is the thing that's going to change everything. So you have 2 choices now. You can go back to scrolling and go back to your job and not really give a fuck anymore, or you can lock in. It's going to be a tough couple months, but it is going to be 100% worth it, and you can change the whole trajectory of your life. And I know you can do it because fucking do it then. I know you can too, you can't. So with that being said, if you want to lock in, if you're ready to get coached by people that actually want to help you and make and better your life, and you want the same coaching and the same mentoring as me, as what got me from working construction, working FIFO, and helped me all the way to where I'm at now, then simply reach out to me on Instagram and send me the word coach, and I'll send you through all the information that you need and hopefully get you started that way. But other than that, thank you so much, guys, for coming. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. If also you got any questions on other stuff, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or just leave a comment. Cheers. Catch you later.